All right, what's going on, guys? Today is Friday, July 25th. I'm 11 days post-op. Um, I wanted to do another update. First of all, apologize for not doing an update sooner. I was supposed to do one at 7 days, but the week kind of got busy and hadn't had time to do it, so I plan to do it today. This video will be a little bit different. I'm gonna do an update at the beginning and then tell you guys about some things that are to come in the next few days. But then my wife told me that I didn't give you guys a full picture of what truly occurred on surgery day. So there's some videos that I'll post at the end of this to give you guys I guess, a deeper look at how surgery day went, the after, during, and things like that. So hang tight for the end of the video to catch those snips. So right now I'm feeling okay. Swelling has went down tremendously, I would say. Um, that's why they wait the 2 weeks to put you in the cast, so the swelling does go down. And they don't want to put the cast on with it's still swollen and stuff like that. But I can move all of my fingers. I do experience some pain, maybe at the incision sites. I feel like there's an incision over here and over on my thumb as well. I'm not exactly clear on that. I guess we'll see on Tuesday, but yeah, I'm feeling good. I did start back taking the pain meds. I stopped the pain meds the Friday after the surgery, so I did the pain meds 5 days, 4.5 days, and I stopped because I didn't like the way they made me feel. Um, I did a lot of sleeping, and I was constipated, and this was not fun. So I stopped, and here we are. What was it? 4 days after that, 3 or so days ago, I started back taking the meds only at night. Um, just because I get off work around 4:30, and when I get home, I'm experiencing pain in the thumb area and here at the incision site. Um, don't really know what is causing that, um, but I'm gonna just chalk it up to maybe I've been rushing back into things a little bit faster than I should have, and I'm not giving myself enough grace. So I'm still taking it easy. There's not much that I can do, but anything I can grab with my fingers, or anything that's not heavier than a coffee cup, I can do. Um, Not a lot of picking up on my children, and if I do, I'm using this part of my arm under their armpit to help pick them up with the other hand. Um, yeah, when I shower, I have a cover I got from Amazon that covers up to about here. Hadn't gotten it wet yet, so that hasn't been an issue. It does suck trying to get the thing going because it's kind of tight and it rubs against the brace as we go on, but it helps because there's a splint on this side. So this is completely still, hasn't moved. I can only move my hands and fingers. Um, yeah, I'm trying to give myself a little more grace because I found myself a little disappointed that I was still experiencing pain, but then I had to think like I'm only 8, 9 days post-op at this time, so um, and I tend to kind of rush things when I think I'm feeling okay, and like I've been telling people, this injury and surgery process as a whole has been humbling because at my job I was telling them like, hey, I got a little surgery to do. I'll be out 2 to 3 days tops, and I'll be back. And that's just not the case. You need about a week off of work just to listen to your body, take the meds, find a good routine and things like that because it can be a lot. So what's coming next week, Tuesday, I have my 14-day follow-up, which for me it'll be 15 days, but that's where they will take the wrapping off. This is the same wrap from post-operation. They'll take this off, get it cleaned up, hopefully take the stitches out. And once they take stitches out and everything, that's when they put me in a cast that I'll be in for 8 weeks. I'm looking forward to being in the cast because I'm tired of this. Like it I've had to do some cutting on the gauze part of it because it kind of flakes up and it was all frilled up right here. So I did cut some of that off to just for comfortability. Um, but I will do video that day as well. So you guys will get to see when they take off the bandage, what the scar looks like. I think there's still like the drawings on me and everything like that. You'll get to see all of that, and I'll be seeing it for the first time as well. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna try to do that video by Wednesday. The appointment is Tuesday, so I'm committing to by Wednesday. So we'll see. I've had a few people comment on the videos that are going through the same injury, same surgery. My advice is just keep your head up, do your research like I did. You're obviously doing that because you came across my video, but yeah, hang in there. Um, it can be tough not being used to or not being able to use both hands when you're used to doing so. Luckily for me, the injury is on my right hand, but I'm left-handed, so that's a blessing. Hopefully, that's the case for you. Please feel free to comment with any questions. I'm down to answer. Um, yeah, I guess at this point, I will get to the videos that my wife took of me after the surgery. Okay, I did leave out one tidbit of information that I want to make sure to tell you guys. I think it's important. But after the nerve block wore off, fingers are swollen, didn't really have much movement there. But once I did get full movement back, I noticed that one half of each finger, like not this side, but like this side of it, um, and even my thumb, there's what seems to be I don't want to call it numbness, but it is something is off. Like the nerves there are still trying to recover. When I was doing the research on the surgery, I actually watched the surgery happen on somebody else, and I see that when they do the incision, they go in and they clamp off some of the nerves, and our nerves have to recover from that. So that's it's an odd feeling. Like this side of my thumb right now is the only one out of all of the fingers. I think the rest have recovered. But this side of my thumb, not this side is totally fine. But this side of it, like this, I really can't feel. I can feel it slightly, but it's just off. Clearly, just off. So I wanted to make sure I added that in there because that's important to know in recovery. Because if you're like me, you'll be wondering what that was and maybe even freaking out a little bit. All right, so these are two things I would say are must-haves. This is the shower cover. You stick your arm in there, it goes pretty far up the arm. I will say it's tight around here, so you gotta be careful. And this is the armrest that I've been using. Anytime I'm resting or sleeping, my arm is on this like so. And that's just to keep it elevated, helps with the swelling. Yeah, must-haves. Both on Amazon. This was, I believe, $7 or $8, and this was around 20. All right, so this is me checking in, signing paperwork. They have you strip down, put a gown on. It's cold in there, so I was just trying to get comfortable as I could, and I was a little nervous, won't lie. This is her trying to get the IV on me. She couldn't get my arm, so she had to do my hand, unfortunately. Here, they're shaving the hair off on the incision site. That shows you some of the marks they made. And here, I fell asleep because the doctor was doing a Tommy John surgery, and it took a little bit longer than expected, so I was waiting for a while. This next clip is going to be of the video talking, so we'll kind of zoom the video in so you can't see the doctor, but you can hear everything that he's saying and that myself and my wife are asking in the moment.
Surgery takes about an hour, hour and a half.
Okay.
It just depends on how easy those bones go back where they belong. If the ligament looks, if it looks like this happened when we think it happened, then the ligament probably will still be good to put back together. Sometimes these things happen. Get a heart rate monitor anywhere.
It does. It's probably on his side, but really.
A little thing. No.
Oh.
It's a, I don't know.
It just started beeping.
It's a repair or
Yeah, so sorry. Got all distracted with the beeping. We'll just endure it. But if it looks healthy enough tissue, I'll just repair it. And so that means taking your ligament back to where it belongs. If this happened 6 years ago and then you made it worse 6 months ago or whenever, was it March? Am I remembering right? May? I got the first letter right. But you know, if it really happened in May, then we'll be able to repair it. If it just got aggravated in May, then we may have to reconstruct it. And the way that we do that is we take a little piece of the extensor tendon here. There's 2 of them that bring your wrist back like that. And I just take a sliver of it and then reconstruct it with that. Doesn't really change the rehab, doesn't change the outcome. It just, we do whatever we got to do.
Does that take a little longer?
Yeah, that would add 30 minutes probably to it.
Okay, not
So
bad.
I don't anticipate that. Sometimes with these, in order to keep things where they belong, I have to put the wires in and leave them and then come back and pull them out 6 to 8 weeks after surgery. But we can do that in clinic. You don't have to go to sleep again for it. I just numb up and make a nick and pull the pin out. It sounds crazy, but it's not crazy.
Not too bad.
But that's what we'll do. I'll call you as soon as we're done.
Sounds good.
Questions?
They mentioned his arm getting a numbing. Is that afterwards or before?
Usually right after surgery, yeah.
Okay, sounds
I think that's a good idea. If it was me, I'd do it.
okay.
So put your hand to sleep for 1 to 3 days, and that way it doesn't hurt so bad, the worst of it. And then I'll send you pain medicine to your pharmacy, and you'll have that for the first couple weeks. What else?
And just for healing overall, it's just he just doesn't need to move it because
Yeah, you'll be in a splint and they won't let your wrist move, but you can move your fingers, hold your phone. You know, I play PS5 with baseball, MLB The Show with my kids sometimes. When we do that, you can play. All that kind of stuff's good. But nothing, yeah,
What
more
just
than
dropped?
more than a coffee cup, I wouldn't want it. So, you know, past that, you don't want to stress it. So little things with your fingers is fine because we want your fingers to move and not get stiff, but anything else is too much.
So there will be pins in it?
Possibly. Yeah, if it just repairs perfect and it's all stable and there's not a lot of instability, then no pins. If it's questionable, I'm going to pin it just to be safe. So we'll just see. I go in trying to shoot for the least invasive thing, but we do what we have to do it right. And if it means pins, it's an annoyance, but it's not too bad.
yeah.
Okay? All right. I'll see you back there in a few. I'll call you as soon as we're done.
Thank you, doctor.
You're very welcome.
All right, this is me being wheeled back to surgery. I think they started anesthesia at that point because I don't remember anything. This is immediately post-operation. So I'm like just waking up. This is me like getting ready to go, prepared to leave. I think my wife is laughing at me at this point. This is me getting in the car, and then the next video will be my wife and I talking afterwards.
You asked for this content. What do you have to say? Not hungry. They told you you have to take it easy. I would say, how's your arm feel, but you can't feel it. Struggles. But you're better. I think they said the pins come out in 6 to 8 weeks. But he just mentioned that you had to put a few in there. I don't know what your research said, but he said a few.
What else is there?
That was quick. That was it. He said you just did good. He was able to pull it back. It doesn't sound like, they didn't have to get the extra piece of tissue somewhere else. They used yours and reattached it with pins. He'd be flying through those surgeries.